Welcome back, dear boys and girls. In today's session, I'm going to discuss 35 most important give reasons from the Tempest Act 4 Scene 1, strictly in accordance with the updated 2023 specimen question pattern. Read the text thoroughly and you will be able to understand the reasons very well. Question number 1. Although Prospero has punished Ferdinand too severely, the compensation to Ferdinand will make amends because. What is the reason? Prospero has offered his loving daughter Miranda, for whose sake he is alive in this world, as a gift to Ferdinand. So, offering of Miranda as a gift to Ferdinand. These 2 points must be there in your short, crisp, to the point reason. Question 2. Prospero has offered his daughter to Ferdinand because Ferdinand has endured, has tolerated, overcome all the hardships and trials which were devised by Prospero to test his constancy of love with admirable courage. This is the most important point here. Endured all hardships with admirable strength, and so Miranda is his gift or compensation. Prospero has offered his daughter to Ferdinand for this specific reason. Now, number 3. Prospero asks Ferdinand not to mock at him if he speaks of Miranda with pride because the very first speech of Prospero. According to the doting father, who is the doting father? Prospero is the doting father. Ferdinand will find that Miranda is a paragon of beauty. She is extremely beautiful. And she is also above all praise, and that no amount of praise can do justice to her. Paragon of beauty, above all praise, and no amount of praise can do justice to her. It's there in the text. So read the text thoroughly and do not miss out any important point. Question 4 now. Prospero urges Ferdinand to accept the hand of his daughter because Miranda is his gift to Ferdinand, already discussed. But the second reason is, but at the same time, Ferdinand had acquired her by his own worthy efforts and admirable strength. And therefore, Prospero urges Ferdinand to accept the hand of his daughter. He is very pleased with Ferdinand and his efforts. Prospero asks Ariel to summon and bring the meaner fellows over whom Ariel has authority to rule quickly because Prospero has promised Miranda and Ferdinand to show some illustration produced by his magic, and the couple is eagerly expecting it. The mask. Some illustration produced by his magic, and the couple, Miranda and Ferdinand, are expecting the mask. Some kind of entertainment. And therefore, Prospero asks Ariel to summon and bring the meaner fellows, the spirits. Next, 6. Juno, the Queen of Heaven, orders Ceres. Here, I'll make a little change. Juno, the Queen of Heaven, orders Ceres to leave the grassy mountains, the river banks, the vineyards, the seashore because Juno is coming at full speed in her carriage drawn by peacocks, and so Ceres must come to the grassy piece of land to play with her majesty, Juno, and entertain her. Iris informs this to Ceres. The mask begins. Read the mask and also prepare long answers. Question 7. Iris has informed Ceres that the latter has been summoned by Juno to this lawn covered with short grass because the purpose is to, what is the purpose? The purpose is to celebrate a union of true lovers, number 1, and to bestow some liberal gift upon the blessed lovers. Number 2. You must mention both these points in a single reason. This is the purpose of cisce, why cisce has been summoned. The next one, Ceres has sworn to keep away from the disgraceful company of Venus and her blind son Cupid because she is angry with them ever since they hatched a plot by means of which Pluto, the dark god of the kingdom of death, carried away her daughter Proserpina. This is the reason why Ceres has sworn to keep away from the disgraceful company of Venus. Now, the next question, we have question number 10. There is no question 9. I have just made a slight numbering mistake. So, it's question number 10. According to Iris, Ceres must not feel afraid of the possibility that she would have to meet Venus because Ceres is not willing to meet Venus, and Iris assures Ceres that there is no such possibility because Iris saw that goddess Venus was flying through the air towards Paphos, and her son Cupid was accompanying her in her chariot, which is driven by doves. So they are not here. They had intended to come here, but they are now going to Paphos. Juno asks Ceres, her fruitful sister, to come with her because they will bless Ferdinand and Miranda so that they may lead a prosperous life and may be fortunate in their children. Again, the mask episode. Read the mask episode really well. Ferdinand would like to live on the island all his life because he is mesmerized. He is amazed because Ferdinand is amazed to see the mask and feels that a father-in-law, that is Prospero, who can perform such wonders by magic and who is so wise, makes the island a real heavenly abode, and therefore Ferdinand wants to stay on the island all his life. Don't worry, dear students, all these points are there in your text. Read the text thoroughly. While you are listening to me, open your text and try to follow the act. Scene 1. Act 4, Scene 1. Prospero asks Ferdinand to be silent because, why? Because Juno and Ceres are talking to each other seriously in whispers. They are whispering as there is something else to be done, and if they are disturbed, the magic spell will be spoilt. This is the most important point here. They are whispering and the magic spell will be spoilt if they are disturbed, if Prospero and the others are talking loudly. Iris summons the naiads and asks them to leave the streams, the waters of which are curled by the breeze, because Juno has ordered these chaste nymphs to assist in celebrating a union of true lovers, Ferdinand and Miranda. Such brief and specific reason, and trust me, if you write like this, you will get full marks. Prospero orders the sudden termination of the mask because suddenly all the spirits disappear. And why? Because he had forgotten the wicked conspiracy hatched by the monster Caliban and his companions against his life, but now remembers that the precise moment for the execution of their plot has almost come. He has to teach them a lesson. He has to suppress the wicked conspiracy, the foul conspiracy hatched by them, and therefore he orders the sudden termination of the mask. Ferdinand and Miranda find the sudden termination of the mask strange because Prospero is in a state of great excitement which is agitating him greatly, and Miranda has never seen him so violently angry. Both Ferdinand and Miranda are worried. They want to know the reason why Prospero was behaving in such a strange manner. Next, Prospero asks Ferdinand to have patience with his want of self-control because don't be upset. Prospero wants Ferdinand not to be upset because Ferdinand seems upset as if he is frightened due to the sudden termination of the mask, but Prospero's weakness must not disturb Ferdinand. Prospero says that I'm old, I'm upset, so take rest and do not be so upset. Do not worry about me. There is no problem at all. I need time and then I will feel better. In this way, he assures Ferdinand. Next, the next reason now. Prospero asks Ariel to come as quick as thought, come quickly, because they must get ready to defeat Caliban's purpose. Very important, and prevent him from executing the foul conspiracy hatched against Prospero's life. Prospero must teach Caliban a befitting lesson. Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo followed Ariel's music as a calf follows the lowing of its mother through all difficulties because they were flushed with drinking, and Ariel cast such a strong magic spell on them by playing his music that they were bewitched and enchanted. Important. All the points are important here. You will have to mention all of them in order to write this reason. Reading the text thoroughly is the key. Keep this in mind. Read the text. Try to understand the context. Try to identify the lines easily. Prospero asks Ariel to bring fine gaudy garments from his home because Prospero would use those gaudy but deceptive clothes as a bait to draw Stefano, Trinculo and Caliban into his net so that he can take advantage of their weaknesses. All the pains Prospero spent on Caliban from sheer kindness have been completely wasted because, according to Prospero, Caliban is a born devil. Because good education and breeding leave absolutely no mark on Caliban's innate wicked nature. He is a born devil. The inherent wickedness is not going away. And with the passing years, his mind has become more and more poisonous. As a result of this, all the pains Prospero spent on Caliban from sheer kindness have been completely wasted. And this Caliban is now hatching a conspiracy against Prospero's life. I hope all these questions are going to be really helpful, so watch the entire video. Caliban tells Stefano and Trinculo to walk softly and noiselessly because they are close to Prospero's cell, and so Prospero, who is very sharp of hearing, may not catch the sound of the footsteps of the conspirators if they walk stealthily, if they walk noiselessly. Standing at the entrance of Prospero's cave, Caliban requests Stefano to make no noise and go in because Stefano will kill Prospero, which will bring good to all of them and which will make Stefano the sovereign of this island, and Caliban will serve him as a most humble slave. Caliban will be free from Prospero and he will serve Stefano as his most humble slave. Caliban curses Trinculo and hopes he be afflicted by dropsy and may he perish because he's really angry, he's really annoyed. Because Trinculo diverts Stefano's attention by showing him the gaudy apparel placed there by Ariel, and also by trying to convince Stefano that the gown is not worthless and very wonderful. In this way, Trinculo is diverting Stefano's attention. He must kill Prospero as soon as possible, but Trinculo is disturbing him by drawing his attention towards the gaudy apparel and also convincing Stefano that the apparel is not worthless but rather very wonderful, beautiful. Next, Caliban wants Stefano to commit the regicide. First, instead of being fascinated by worthless stuff because. So here, instead of regicide, let me just use murder. Murder of Prospero first, instead of being fascinated by worthless stuff, because if Prospero wakes up, what will happen? And the conspiracy is revealed, what will he do? Just a moment. He will fill the skins of Caliban, Trinculo and Stefano with pinches from head to foot and will reduce them to a miserable condition. They must kill Prospero as soon as possible. Caliban refuses to possess any of the gaudy garments because he is not interested in them, because he realizes, unlike Trinculo and Stefano, that they are wasting time. And soon they will be changed into shellfish or to monkeys with miserably low foreheads by Prospero. Prospero is very powerful and he is a very powerful man. He will definitely punish them if they are unable to kill him. Next, Ariel tells Prospero to listen to the shrieking and screaming of Caliban, Trinculo and Stefano because dogs and hounds, spirits in disguise like Mountain, Tyrant, Fury are set on the conspirators and they are being chased. Both Ariel and Prospero are really happy. Prospero is pleased with Ariel's efforts. Soon Prospero's exertions will come to an end and Ariel will be set free because all the enemies of Prospero are at this time at his mercy, and Ariel will be set free as a reward for helping Prospero take revenge on the enemies. Let me just read it once again. All the enemies of Prospero are at this time, no need to use are here, at his mercy, and Ariel will be set free as a reward for helping Prospero take revenge on the enemies. So this is number 1 and this is number 2, Ariel's freedom. Caliban asks Stefano not to pay attention to the gaudy apparel because it is worthless stuff, capable of diverting Stefano's attention and wavering of his resolution to kill Prospero. He is wasting his time and his determination to kill Prospero is wavering. 30. Caliban, Trinculo and Stefano were striking the air because they wanted to punish it for coming and daring to blow against their faces, and they were full of courage on account of intoxication due to drinking. They are flushed with drinking and therefore they are behaving in such a strange manner. Caliban, Trinculo and Stefano were beating the ground because they were in a fit of drunkenness and wanted to punish the ground for coming into contact with their feet. Everything is there in the text. I'm just writing the reasons in my own words after reading a good paraphrase. So follow my advice and read a good paraphrase. Read the text thoroughly. 32. Prospero appreciated Ariel and said that he had done well because he was pleased with Ariel's dutiful nature and how well he had left Stefano, Caliban and Trinculo beyond Prospero's cell in the pool which is covered with filth. The next one. Prospero tells Ferdinand not to be upset and frightened after the sudden termination of the masque because Prospero's philosophy of life. Very important. Last year in semester 2, this question was there. Because the spirits who performed the mask have disappeared and the mask is immaterial, unreal and transitory, not permanent, just like the transitoriness of human life on earth. Prospero explains the mask to Prospero explains the mask to Ferdinand. After this, question 34. Stefano orders Caliban to lend a helping hand and threatens to punish him by banishing him from the island because he wants Caliban to assist him in carrying the gaudy garments to the place where his cask of wine is. Stefano's attention has been diverted and he is also in a fit of drunkenness and therefore he wants Caliban to assist him to carry the deceptive gaudy garments to the place where his cask of wine is. And the last one from the Tempest Act 4 Scene 1. Prospero asks Ariel to order his spirits to fill the joints of Caliban, Stefano and Trinculo with acute pain and to cause a contraction in their muscles because he wants them to suffer, very important, badly for hatching a foul conspiracy against his life and also have them at his mercy by weakening their mental faculties. So reason number 1, he wants them to suffer, and reason number 2, he wants to have them at his mercy.